Welcome to the Circle Grace One. Greetings of divine grace and remembrance to all of you this evening. Through divine power and by divine grace, may all who watch this as a live or pre-recorded program be blessed by its contents, and may you be able to use what resonates with you in a way that will uplift your life and the lives of others around you. May you be blessed by it, and may it also bless you. Amen. And so it is. This is the Circle Grace One. We came on a little later this evening. We always seem to experience here at times, the gridlock on the internet, just like out on the highway. So we were able to get through this evening, and I'm glad that we are here. Tonight's program, Circle of Grace 1's Magnify, for November the 24th, 2014. It's approximately 10:16 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So for those of you on the Pacific time frame, it's about an hour earlier, and if you're living in the Central Time Zone, it will be about 9:16 p.m. and if you're on the East Coast, it's about 8 p.m., 8:16 p.m. And so this is the Circle of Grace One. And what is the Circle of Grace One? Well, the Circle of Grace One was founded on July the 2nd, 1999, under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. It gave birth to his very own spiritual and metaphysical institute on February the 7th, 2009, called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. And I like to refer to the Circle Grace One as the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. It's here about helping you upload into your state of consciousness of divinity. It's here to help you understand and smooth out what was going on under the divine masculine, and now that we're in the era of the divine feminine, which can last anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 years. So it's an opportunity to find yourself along your path and to help enliven that path, to help reestablish your goals. It is not designed to take away anything that you already have created for yourself, unless it is something that is creating stagnation in your life, that's creating an upheaval in your life. So it's here to help you understand the process of being a divine being right here on earth, being the reflection or an agent of the divine here on earth. And it's that opportunity that we chose to live in what has been called a parallel universe, where there's many parts of your divinity stretched out through the galaxy, operating on many different levels. It's this Circle Grace One is a spiritual and metaphysical ministry. It is not about creating dogma and propaganda. It is about enlightening your presence, bringing more light into your presence, the light that you've been seeking, the light that helps you to remember your soul essence here on earth. You see, when it was founded in 1999, it came to me by way of the Angel of Grace. The Circle Grace One, the number one on the end, represents the very first grace of my life, which was my late mother Grace, my own mother, who taught me to be a spiritual person, not just a religious person, but to open myself up to spiritual things, open myself up to divine things, and understand that life is a process. So you may not get all of that in one shot, but you learn to work toward it, you learn to receive it and embrace it. So the one is really based on her teachings that she left with me, and I in turn developed them even more so on my own path, even at the age of 8, having my own vision that I thought was just a dream state, and she said it was a vision, and then I actually did experience it at age 18, 10 years later, after having it at age 8, experiencing it at age 18. So here I was on my way, still not understanding what this is all about, but as I went along, I met various people in college, outside of college, people that knew her, and all these people helped mold my experience. And things I chose to study helped mold my experience. And then I began to blossom. And then in 1999, which by that time is I'm age 47, then it dropped in to me, this experience. And prior to that, I studied meditation, Tai Chi Chuan. I'm still affiliated with the studies of Tai Chi Chuan and meditation, astral travel, which is out-of-body experiences, the various mantic arts, from astrology to numerology to palmistry to tea leaf reading. You name it, I've gone into it, and I still study it. So it's a part of who I am. And I have been able to, through the grace of God, bring this information to the public, to many people. And I'm mentoring 40 plus people around the world, more of them here in the United States and a few of them outside the United States. But we all connect through Skype or email or letters going back and forth. It is an opportunity, again, to help others. So I am the founder, the chief principal teacher, and the host of the Circle of Grace 1, as well as the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. I am also the bishop of both of them. I am Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. So I want to give you a program tonight called Magnify. And we also refer to magnifying something in our life as increasing something in our lives, increasing an opportunity. So to magnify, think of a magnifier. What do we do with a magnifier? Do I have one present? Maybe I have one here, maybe it's not here. But the purpose of us having a magnifier, I see it's just escaped my presence, but a magnifier has a lens, a thick lens. And with that thick lens, we're able to enlarge an object that is very minute in size. But when you enlarge that, you don't lose the image. You increase the size of it so you can see the detail. So to magnify means to increase the size or image of whatever you are looking at, focusing on, observing, whatever that is in your life that's going on around in your life, in your immediate surroundings. The telescope does the same. When you look through the telescope or binoculars, it enlarges what you are looking at. The view that could be 300 yards away or thousands of miles away with a telescope, 186,000 miles, and you're able to see the minute object way in the heavens. But the telescope is designed for you to see it up close enough so you can see the appearance, see the image, see the various ridges, see the light, see the rings around the stellar system itself, each planet, each star. The same with a binocular. You look out into the desert, or maybe you're observing bees, or at an Audubon society, you're observing various birds, and you can see them closer. Butterflies, you can see the colors and everything, the structure, right down to the eyes of the birds. So it is the same when you begin to magnify. You begin to take that which is in your present field of awareness, and you begin to enlarge the scope on it so that you can see it. So we do this in our life. We magnify, which is to increase. That's what we're doing. We magnify in order to increase the size of this thing, of this particular entity. And therefore we begin to appreciate its value. We begin to see what it is worth, its importance to us. Now here's a short list. This is a short list of ideas as principles and intentions, which allows us to do what? To magnify and increase, which is to create an opportunity. Because when you magnify something and increase it into your consciousness, you actually create an opportunity To do what? To express it, to do a physical thing, motion, to move about, maybe move toward it, or move it someplace, or move it closer to you. You're able to expand, as we say, enlarge it. But it enlarges your opportunity, see, to express and to expand. It enlarges your opportunity to express and therefore have an experience. So, one of the things you want to do when you begin to magnify and enlarge things in your life, those things that you want to do, these things that you would love to do when it comes to magnifying and increasing, this is not the end all list, but this is something that you begin to share in. You begin to receive. And one of those things is this: to do your best at these things that I'm going to mention. Be kind. Be kind and unconditional. As you're being kind and unconditional toward others, be they loved ones, friends, family members, relatives, neighbors, co-workers, the boss, even people you see at your local deli that you may go to get lunch from, or when you go to the bank. You know, everybody knows your name in the bank because you go there regularly, right? So you go there, and what are you doing the whole time? You're increasing that energy field between you and them. So the whole idea is to be able to have the experience with people that you are constantly interacting with. So when you are being kind and unconditional, you have no strings attached, being warm-hearted toward others, you are blessing them with your spiritual presence, the energy that's pouring forth from your heart chakra. Be the bearer of truth. That's another one. Be the bearer of truth and honesty with yourself and with others. A simple example: if you make a commitment to be at a certain place, to work with other people, and you know deep down inside in your consciousness that you can't be there, do not make a promise to be there. Why? Because the energy of that promise that you are making toward other people, you begin to hold those people up. And by you holding those people up, you are creating an essence of tension in the air. You are creating a sense of unreliability. You are creating a sense where you're taking something away from the association that you have created or built up over a certain period of time. Now it's going downhill. It's not working. It's no longer a benefit for the people that you are engaging in this opportunity with. So basically, you block yourself and you temporarily block them. So be honest, be truthful to yourself and others. Here's another one. Deliver kind words with compassion. Deliver kind words with compassion, unconditional love, and understanding. You know that each word that you say carries a vibrational energy field with it. It does because your emotions are involved. The thoughts are electrical, they're being sent out. The emotions, the energy that's moving out, also comes back. So that energy, the feeling, the sensation that you keep putting into it, the excitement that you put into it, that's the energy. The force of that energy impacts everybody in the most subtlest of ways. Do you know that your decisions that you make, especially if you're in a relationship, the decisions that you make affect everybody? So this is why for people, if they're involved in relationships, they have a partner, be it a marital relationship, or they're just dating long term, or if they're engaged, or if they're doing a business partnership together, you don't make a decision on your own, you check with your partner first. Then your partner will do the same to you. So you check in first to see if there's something available, seeing that there's a place for what you're about to do. And you're not doing it just for you, you're doing it. Why? Because it's connected to your partner. It affects everybody. And what we're learning more of is that we are all one. We are learning that we are truly all one. So we have this effect on other people. Here's another thing: the energy that's behind your words, behind your intentions, in your feeling, is transmitted. That trans means it change its mission. It goes out. Think like a myth. It's caught in transaction, transmitted. So the person on the other end is receiving that energy. And therefore, when they receive that energy, they are feeling the effects of that energy. So this is why you always have to watch what you say. You always have to watch what you do. You always try to make sure that you're walking in the path of kindness. And being able to, if you make an error, be able to restore that. Create a restoration, create a healing, so that balance is back in the life of not only yourself, but the other person as well. Now someone may ask, what if the person doesn't want to be the recipient? Well, that's not your business. Your business is to create the balance. You can't worry about sometimes if other people don't want to receive. You can't worry about if someone is not open to compassion and kindness and understanding and unconditional love. All you could do is deliver that energy and just place it. It's an offering. You just place it there. It is up to that individual to receive it in its proper way for themselves, to embrace it, to accept it, to digest it, and let it be a part of their life. Let it become creating a healing for them, which is a wellness for them. Make decisions based on principles. Now, we just mentioned that earlier. You're in a partnership, be it a business, marital, friendship, you name it. You have a decision to be made, but that decision is based on the principles. As your decisions impact everything around you, you're just not the only person that decision is impacting. Remember, this is all about when we magnify something in our environment. We magnify something in our life that we are utilizing. We magnify to increase. But when we magnify to increase, we are also going to affect and impact and influence things around us and personalities and people. Now, as you magnify, as you increase, don't be self-centered. As you increase yourself, do not be self-centered. So that's like somebody playing sports and has never taught good sportsmanship. But what is good sportsmanship? Or good sportspersonship? Well, everybody on the team wants to win. The team wants to win. And there are times when there's a winner, a clear winner, and a clear loser. Other times, the game can get tied. Like in soccer, they can tie it. They can play overtime and still be tied, and then end the game. They can play hockey. They can still be overtime and only get so many attempts in the game in a tie, just like soccer. That doesn't happen in baseball. It doesn't happen in football. It's rare. Maybe in wrestling, one-on-one. There's a tie, but they keep going to it. Someone makes a mistake, or someone tires out, or someone overpowers the other with their skill, or their ability, or their tenacity to get that extra point. But during the process of that, don't brag. See, what we've seen over the years, especially in sports, especially in football, you see it a lot in football, where the youngsters go through college, and it used to be more humble. They used to just give the football to the ref when they got into the end zone. Now they're creating dance steps, all these things. Yeah, when they become professional, it's entertaining. Yes, it's entertaining to the fans, but at the same time, it should not be designed to embarrass the opponent that you got the better opportunity of to get into the end zone or to dunk the basketball or to slam the ball over the net in tennis or when you hit that long 25-foot putt. It's not designed for you to over celebrate. Be happy, but just within a certain realm so that you are not bragging. That's important. So you're playing in this field of life with everyone in consciousness, in your heart. Don't be competitive. Be the team player for the highest good of all. We've seen that all the time, haven't we? We've seen where, like, especially in track and field, and it happens in amateur track and field. When you see an athlete running, and another one is gaining on an athlete, and he sees him or her veer off course, or they're stopping too soon because they're not at the finish line. So what does one do? Rather seeing this person who had this distance well over everybody else, maybe had everybody by 50, 60 yards, then you see them slow down and stop. Person behind them is kind enough, compassionate enough, loving unconditionally to take this person who's in the lead, look behind them, see he's still got 60, 70 yards on everybody, and begin to direct them to the finish line. Or how about a young lady who falls down? She's leading and she falls down on the field. She trips. She hurts herself. The person behind her picks her up and helps get her to the finish line so that she can finish, making sure that they cross first. Because they knew that person, if they hadn't fallen, wouldn't have been able to catch them. But they wanted them to win first. But they didn't do this, the picking up of their opponent on the field. They did not do this to brag. They did this as a humanitarian act of compassion. That we are competing not against our fear of each other. We're competing about the fears that we hold on the inside to release. So it's the courage what to complete the race, as they say. To get up and complete the race. To have that grit to pick yourself up. So you're not seeking to be placed on this pedestal. You want to be the team player at all times. Now, what you want to also be at the same time here, you also want to be this individual where you don't do something because you desire to have attention. You don't want to be the attention seeker. So you can only at this point you want to just be in service. You don't want to be egocentric. You want to be in this position where you're being of service to someone. As you give from your heart, you bless others, and the universe therefore blesses you. The universe sees your intention. The universe sees your intention and brings that back. So you're giving. Your desire is to give to the universe. You're getting a lot of feedback here. I don't know why. This might be a commercial, it might be a problem. I'm hearing a lot of sound in my headset. Uh, we'll have to check this later. Another thing is to gracefully accept compliments. And I see here, I'm going to have to type this out, put this on my Facebook page. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm getting a lot of interruption. Another is to, as you embrace, you want to accept compliments gracefully. Say thank you sincerely. Then be sincere. You want to help others to soar and increase in their life. That's what you want to be able to do. This is a way of increasing your value, increasing your self worth, increasing your self-esteem, but you're increasing their self-esteem because we're all one. Another thing is to increase your discernment. See it into the lives of other people, especially those who are in need of help, those who are giving service to others as well. As you forgive others, you forgive yourself. Be thankful and be grateful. Be a blessing to others. So you want to increase, you want to magnify the beauty in your life, the peace and harmony in your life, the grace in your life. Divine grace will intervene and bless all that are in your environment. Well, I'm going to close this program out right now. As we begin to close this program, in fact, I'm going to type this word for word. I'm going to place what I write. I'm going to place it into my Facebook page. I'm going to place it later into my circlegrace1.wordpress.com blog. I'm going to place it on my Circle Grace One fan page with Facebook, and parts of it will, all of it will appear in parts in Twitter. We just had an interruption. I don't know what that was. I don't know what you're going to see. I don't even know what I'm going to see when I play this back. But tonight's program was the Circle Grace One's Magnify. What is magnify? To increase. When you increase something in your life, you allow what? The avenues around you. You allow for all the avenues around you to what? To be increased as well. Because as you increase, everything in your environment must increase. As you do better, everything in your life does better. As you do better, everyone connected to you receives the energy and they also soar. So you're blessing others with what you're doing. This is what I say is so important, to seed into someone else's life. There are many entities, I'll just call it, and this is not a put down of those entities, who are always seeking the seed from others. And sometimes that is good to seek a seed. But each one of us is in a position to seed into someone's life, to sow a seed. When you sow a seed into someone else's life, be it a sharing, energy exchange financially, or a skill, art, music as a gift to that person, or people, um, fixing somebody's car, fixing somebody's roof, helping somebody with their fence around their property, helping them write up legal documents, helping them understand a legal document. You're seeding into that person's life with sincerity, with compassion, with grace. You're channeling the grace, and it becomes a divine grace because it's being provided for. So you're assisting that person to receive. So when you're helping someone to receive, by helping that person to receive, you're blessing that person. And yet you're not seeking anything in return. Why? The universe is going to bless you anyway. We're all a part of the universe. So as you give, you receive. You give something, you're going to get something anyway. So you don't even have to focus on the getting. Just plant the seed. Why? Because you're planting that seed, which is a part of yourself, to assist according to the principles of unconditional love. Well, I'm going to end on this note. I made this a short program. Many of my programs are short. Again, I don't know. I had a little audio interference in my headset, so that you're not missing any of this, I'm going to type out the summary. I'm going to type out all of these key ideals, all of these principles that I just mentioned and talked about, and I'm going to put them onto my Facebook Circle Grace One page, and I'm going to put each one into my Twitter page so you can see what I was talking about this evening. Again, Circle Grace One was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD, under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. He gave birth to his very own spiritual and metaphysical institute on February the 7th, 2009. And of course, I am the founder, chief principal teacher, host, and bishop of both, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. You'll find this program tonight in another hour or so. It'll be uploaded over to www.youtube.com/user/circle of grace with the number one at the end. And that's my channel. You can go there and find it. Circle Grace 1's magnify underscore and then 11242014, tonight's date. Thank you so much for listening to this program. Again, I wanted to be on earlier, but there seemed to be a traffic jam here, gridlock on the internet, so I had to just be patient and wait. So we came on 5 hours and 16 minutes later, and we're done now with a 27-minute program. I will do my best to be back here next week. We're trying to do as many Mondays as possible every month. I'm supposed to come on somewhere between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you'd like to be in touch with me, you could Skype me as Brother Francis Revels-Bey, or you could call my number that I've had for years, which is a 973 number when I lived in New Jersey, 973-685-5978. That's my Skype number. Or you can listen to a 2-minute all-purpose meditational decree by dialing 505-717-4722. If you want to listen to an all-purpose meditational decree, it's there 24/7. Just dial 505-717-4722. It begins to spell out the word grace. You can always email me. I have 3 emails. Try iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at yahoo.com, or iam.circleofgrace1 at gmail.com, or Bishop Francis, BISHOP FRANCIS at circleofgrace1.net, or just go to my website, www.circleofgrace1.net. You can type it in simply as what? http://circleofgrace1, all as one word, circle of grace with the number 1 at the end, .net. I'm on Twitter. You can see me on Twitter as, without the dot though, just IAM circle of grace 1 at twitter.com. You can look me up there also as CIROF Grace 1 INST. Bam, takes you right there. Well, thank you so much for listening to tonight's short program, Circle of Grace 1's Magnify. Hope you get something out of it. Hope it blesses you. And if you think it does and it resonates with you, share it with someone else. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you soon.